Y'all are fucking garbage, bro. Y'all are actually fucking garbage. I'm still recording right now. I hope you include this.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Annie Rankers Podcast Anime of the Year 2020 Award Category Edition. Today we'll be doing Best Boys, and this is your favorite podcast where we debate, deliberate, and defecate on your favorite shows. Today I'm joined by the normal all-star cast. We got Omar.
Yo.
Like I'm switching up the order?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I wasn't
And
ready.
then we got Tim.
What's good? It's your boy.
He's really
And
coining
then
that
over
phrase.
there, we got Nakarin.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah. So this is definitely not our first recording of Best Boys.
Yeah.
So
It
this is going to be a
not.
little bit different today.
I'll take the blame right now. I'm just gonna put it out there. It's my bad. That's my
All right,
bad.
good. No,
Sorry, everybody.
no one had to add him because he's already there.
It's my
Thankfully,
fault.
thankfully, we captured the last 30 minutes of debating the top 10. So you'll still hear that mess that was. So look forward to that. But right now we're gonna go through our original list and get it down to the same top 10. So you might notice a cut at some point once we cut a certain number of these. I guess I'll probably call it out. But anyways, to get started, I'm gonna read off all of these nominees for the best boy. Matter of fact, I think Tim was the one who read it last time. So
I was
Tim,
the
let's
one
hear
who read it last time.
Tim, let's hear the best boys of anime 2020.
All right, let's go through this list. So to start off, we got 3 people from A Hero no Sora. We got Kenji Natsume, Momoharu Hanazono, Sora Kurumatani, and then moving on, we got Black Clover, Yami Sukehiro. Then from BNA, we have Shiro Ogami. Then from Decadence, Kaburagi. And then Fire Force, we got a bunch from Fire Force here. Arthur, Assault, Charon, Takeru Noto, aka Juggernaut, Joker, Benimaru, and Ogun. Then from Food Wars, we got Asahi and Yukihira Soma. Then from Haikyuu, we got Ryunosuke Tanaka. From Interspecies Reviewer, we have Crimvale. From Jujutsu Kaisen, we got both Gojo and Panda. From Kaguya, Season 2, we have Ishigami. From My Hero Academia, Season 4, we got The Gentle Criminal. From Plunder, we have Jail Murdoch, Railgun T, we got Sogita Gunha. Then from ReZero, we got both Natsuki Kenichi and Natsuki Subaru, so both of them, father and son. Then from The Day I Became a God, we have Narukami Yota. Then from The God of High School, we have Han. I forgot how to say his name again. How do you say it again? I already forgot.
Daiwi. It's Daiwi. It's not
Daiwi?
Yeah, no one knows how to pronounce it. Just do your best.
Han Daiwi. Let's go with that. And then from the Misfit of Demon King Academy, Anos Voldigod. From Tonikawa, Yuzaki Nasa. And then from Tower of God, we have Kun. That is the list.
And from this list, we are going to cut down to find one winner and one winner and 2 runners up. So let us begin the cuts. I've put a lot of these characters on here. I'm gonna get rid of them in a certain order here. Let's get rid of Interspecies Reviewer Crimvale just for the fact that he is not a boy. So, and also maybe even if he was, he still probably isn't the best boy of 2020.
Hey, I mean, he at times sometimes seems to identify as a boy. It doesn't really matter anyway.
I like Crimvale. He gets dragged along into all these obnoxious things that all the rest of the cast is doing, but he can go. Someone else. What are we?
Oh yeah, my bad. I mean, technically, we got rid of like a bunch of Fire Force characters too.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I think we got rid of almost all of the Fire Force characters.
We got rid of Assault, Charon.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, one at a time. So Assault.
Yes.
Assault's great, but he's kind of more of a best. A lot of these guys are best moment more than best boy. So like,
yeah,
a lot of them we cut just for that reason. So Assault has that really good scene with him and Tamaki and him trying to overcome his weakness.
Yes.
Through of perversion.
It's the same thing with like Charon.
The funniest moment in
Ogun,
Fire Force, but we can let that go.
Yeah,
Yep,
definitely.
Charon has
It seemed like when you guys, or I guess specifically more so Stefan was adding all of these characters, it was like for specific
Yep.
things that happened,
Yes,
and
it
you're
is-
like,
yeah, it
just for
is.
that moment, best boy.
Yeah, no, you're right.
He
You're right.
wants
So
to give
Charon
him a
also just
shout
has a
out.
moment. Charon also just has a moment where he kind of, well, he has a couple moments. He's like protector of the pillars, so he kind of has this moment where he protects Shinra, and you're like, oh, that's crazy. And also, he kind of like reads like parenting handbooks and stuff, which I thought was pretty cute. Maybe made him best dad, but this is best boy, not best dad, so Charon can go. All right, Juggernaut. He is definitely a best moment candidate. He just had one fire ass moment, but we will talk about that
fire.
in best moment. Ooh, Juggernaut's gone.
He did that on purpose. He did it on purpose.
He did it on purpose. Yeah, he did it on purpose.
So that's why we got rid of who did Charon.
Wow.
On to the next Fire Force season 2 Joker. We can probably let him go also. He just also
Looking good,
has
Joker.
he has a pretty good moment where he
Moment. Backstory.
yeah, it's kind of like backstory and a moment build up, but where he overcomes the guy who like abused him and trained him, and like the assassin clan, white clad clan. There was a lot going on, but we'll let Joker go also, I think. Benny Maru. We'll let Benny Maru go as well. Yes, I also like Benny Maru. Benny Maru is great, but not best boy material. I think we said that we'll leave Arthur on for a later discussion.
Yep.
Why do you like Arthur, Knockern? I think you have to explain.
Again, I thought it was pretty self-explanatory. Like Arthur is
What?
like,
Get him out of here.
what do you mean? Okay, first of all, his backs. I mean, I'm pretty sure I said it earlier, but like his backstory, or this whole thing about his past and the reason why he has a night complex and stuff, and also his fight against Shinra. He's the only one to walk him the fuck up when they fought against each other. Then there's every single time, like Arthur's the type of person that's like really, really clutch in moments that you don't expect him to, because people keep underestimating him. Like, oh, you have a night complex. Oh, you're dumb. But like they needed Arthur to like stop the girl with like the little like chain whips to start the telepathy things and stuff like that. And they needed Arthur for a bunch of stuff. He's the one that figured out the numbers in the power plant. Like, come on, Arthur's kind of clutch, okay? And I feel like Arthur, like, out
Good
of
enough for
everybody
me.
else
We
here-
leave Arthur. We cut Benny Maru because Benny Maru wasn't as central to the season as Arthur was.
Yeah.
Ogun also just it's fine. Ogun also just had a really good moment.
Yeah,
we
which
will
I-
also discuss that in best moment, but it's literally just one moment, so we can let
Took
Ogun
his shirt
go,
off.
so.
He has like the tattoos in his body.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
It's a cool moment, but doesn't make the best boy.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna nominate. We can get rid of Yami from this year, from Black Clover. Yami did some stuff, but this wasn't Yami's year. Yeah, I think Yami will get his shine next year, if I had to guess.
Yes, he will definitely get his shine next year.
If I remember correctly from last time, y'all were trying to argue that, like, well, you were saying to get rid of him, but you were saying he was best boy material based off like one phrase that he says. I think.
Oh, yes. He
Surpass
always
my
says,
limits.
surpass your
that
limits.
is so.
Hey,
Like,
hold
you
on.
don't
There's a moment where he's
understand.
gonna say. There's a moment in best moments where that's a pretty big part of the moment.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that later.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, it's like you guys don't understand. You guys don't understand. It's okay.
We'll get him to understand. BNA Shiro Ogami. So he's the wolf main guy. He's pretty fucking dope. But I don't remember why I let y'all cut him originally. But
I'm pretty sure it was
don't
just the case
either.
of Stefan wilding out, and we're just kind of.
BNA's
That's just pretty much all it was.
he's
though.
pretty
That's pretty
important part of this show, but we cut him before, so we could cut him here too. He's a badass. He's a detective. He fucks shit up. He's super strong. Turns out he's a god. Spoiler alert.
Whoa.
No,
Whoa.
you said spoiler after.
I was gonna
the
watch
spoiler?
that show.
Well, they say it pretty early.
Oh.
It's actually very early, but yeah. So what else?
We also got rid
Um,
of both RV zeros. I think both RV zero characters.
No, we did not.
Why are
We
you
did
going-
not?
Not yet,
What?
dude.
We did not.
Not
Not
yet.
What are you doing? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm tired. Hold up. I'm tired.
Let my dude Stefan handle it.
Yes,
He got
yeah.
it.
So Sora Kuramatani. We have very powerful arguments for the other two Hero no Sora
Titular
characters.
character,
Just
too.
wait until
Some bullshit. Let's get him out here now.
but Sora can go because
Titular
you'll,
character.
you'll
There we
hear
go.
you'll hear about my man Momoharu and Kenji, but Sora
Yes,
can go
yes,
for the time.
yes.
No.
You
Tim,
will hear
we
a
have to
whole
strike
lot
now.
about them.
Tim, we have to strike
We can't
now.
change the future,
You
which has
can't-
become
you
our
can't-
past.
Fate has already happened. You
It's
can't
it's like
change fate.
it's like time travel explained in Endgame. Our
Wibbly-wobbly,
future is now our
timey-wimey
past, and we
stuff.
can't change it, and it doesn't affect it or something.
Exactly.
I'm sick.
All right, but we can get into these two Food Wars characters, Asahi and Yukihira. Both pretty good boys. Asahi maybe a little bit less so, but they do some stuff at the end with Asahi. That's
You know what's
kind of
crazy is
interesting.
I don't even think Asahi is best boy material at all.
Yeah, yeah, no. I mean,
Yeah, I don't see that argument.
there were some funny moments with Asahi.
Him being weird with Erina, is that what it was? Because he was being really weird with Erina.
I mean, like the part where he's like talking about all of his friends, and it's just like all the people whose weapons he just have stolen. And he's talking about, oh, with the power of friendship, I make this meal. And it's like, wait, all the people whose weapons you stole, are those your friends? Or
So this is best boy material, Stefan. This is why you put him on the list.
I mean, clearly he's getting cut, so no.
yeah, and Yukihira's
He's cool.
Yukihira's fine.
dope.
Yukihira's
He's
dope,
clean.
but
I'll call him Yukihira.
this wasn't the year.
This
The year of
you all just
Yukihira.
call him Soma.
Soma Yukihira, same thing. People call him both
Yeah.
in the show.
All right. Well, I mean, I feel like I don't know.
I mean, Soma is more like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the first character we actually cut last time was Panda. Could we
Oh,
explain
yeah.
why
Yeah,
Panda
it
is
was
on this
Panda.
list?
Because he's a panda. What more can you say? I'm pretty sure I said this last time too. What
Yep.
more can you say? He's a panda.
Panda hasn't done anything
all
apart from
Yeah, he hasn't
parkour
done
in the
anything.
beginning of the opening. That's
No,
essentially all
once
he's
you,
done.
oh yeah, the panda parkour.
It is pretty cool when he's doing that Panda parkour. I cannot lie.
Also, he's being a little bit of a voyeur by looking at that panda in the zoo or whatever in the opening.
Yeah.
that
I
feels
don't
a
even know
little
what that's about.
uncomfortable.
I'm assuming there's some symbolism to it, like he's looking
Yeah,
at himself, or like he doesn't view himself as a
Yeah, I mean,
panda.
when
but
we
he
get
looks
to
like
his
a panda.
backstory, it's kind of is a cool thing, but
we're not there yet.
We're not
though.
there yet.
So Panda
Yeah.
can go.
Yeah.
Gentle Criminal. Let's talk about him. Who likes
Let's get rid
Gentle
of him.
Criminal?
Struck by a
I like Gentle Criminal.
I think he's so mid. I think he's so just a mid villain. Out of all the My Hero
Someone in our
Academia-
comments section has reminded us that My Hero Academia season 4 actually goes back all the way to the overhaul arc. It turns out for this year.
That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy.
No ats, but anyways, Gentle Criminal. the
Oh wait,
whole
it
second.
does?
Yeah, it does. Like
Yeah,
the
it's like-
very end of the overhaul fight was at the beginning of this year.
Oh,
Yeah, so like it's like the Deku fight, like the Deku.
But like
versus
everything
overhaul fight.
after the Lemillion. After
Oh,
Lemillion's
okay.
moment
Okay,
onwards.
okay. So we couldn't have Mirio on here then. Really.
Yeah, we could not have Mirio on here,
Okay.
thankfully.
Yo, listen, that'd be really because I would fight for
Oh,
Mirio to be
dang.
best boy. Honestly,
Yeah,
I think he
Mirio
would've
does
won
not
Best
count,
Boy.
unfortunately, in
Okay,
Best
okay.
Boy.
That's
Gentle
a- that's a
Criminal
shame.
does, but Gentle Criminal is, let me say, my favorite My Hero villain. Not the coolest one. I just like that he actually has
a
a reason
nerd.
for being evil rather than all the other ones.
He's such a lame
Is he
villain.
a
dog.
He's not
YouTuber?
evil per se either, so like I feel like they could reintroduce him if they wanted to and do something
won't.
with him.
They won't.
They might. I look forward to seeing more Gentle
Does,
Criminal.
does
He's
my hero,
too-
does my
he's
hero
too
feel
lame.
like
You're
this
not
show?
going to, Stephanie.
Yeah. Does my
I
hero
think
feel
he
like the
might
show
come
to
back.
bring back characters? I already got too many characters to deal with, like to start with.
Yes, that is
Then I
very
gotta
true.
bring people back.
Like class 1A, like they can barely introduce these
half of them haven't even really gotten proper introductions still.
Yeah.
We're going into the 5th season now. Anyways,
There's gonna be even more characters in the 5th season.
oh boy.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's move on.
So Plunderer, Jail, Murdoch.
Oh, good old jail.
Jail
Yeah.
is dope. Jail. This show is not good.
Dope. Let me
But
throw
it's
air
not.
quotations
It is
on
not.
that.
The
Yeah.
show's not
It
good,
is
but
not
but
good.
that's why people don't like Jail. But Jail does some
As
stuff.
dope as you can get in a show like that.
He went from being a villain to like kind of being like an anti-hero, and then he kind of just became a hero at the end of the day, kind of. And he's real busted compared to like whatever, dog. I don't want.
Yeah,
I
get
don't
rid
wanna
of
fight
him,
for
please.
Jail if I'm being
Yeah,
honest
don't
with
go.
you.
Inevitable.
There was a time where I fought for Jail a little bit, and that time's no longer here.
Yeah,
All right,
Tim, talk about
Railgun T.
Railgun.
Yeah, let's talk about it, Tim.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Gun man, Sokita Gunha. He has moments in Railgun T where he's just like, because he's just like extremely powerful character in the world of Railgun, or the Raildex world, I guess, like both Index and Railgun, because he's level 5. Level 5 is like the highest level you can be. And like he just has moments where he's just like basically showing off and being cool, because he's the type of dude where he's like kind of like your Rock Lee type dude, where he's super gung-ho and stuff, and it's like very cool, like the juxtaposition between him and like the main character from Index. His name's Toma, and he's like more so like kind of laid back about stuff. So like the juxtaposition that they have, and like some of the moments he has is cool. But you know, I'm okay with him going as well. So yeah,
bye Sokita Gunha. Omar, tell me about Yota from The Day I Became a God. Naru Kami Yota.
I haven't finished the series yet, but he's definitely very likable. He seems more so following the kind of quirky kind of main character protagonist. But he's hilarious in my opinion. That man.
Yeah, I thought he was like really like a stale. Like I thought he was like really bland at first, but I kind of realized that like
he has personality, and
yeah, he definitely does.
Yeah. Like when he's first introduced, you're kind of like, oh, okay, we got one of these protagonists. Okay, I see where we're going. But then like, yeah, as soon as like he starts just interacting with Hina like more and like going along with her plans, then you know his true personality gets to shine out. So, but you know.
He's a real one too.
Yeah,
what he's doing in the later episodes.
I haven't finished it. I will say one thing. A small tangent. I hate the whole kind of. Now he has a whole group of friends that just pop up out of nowhere. Like,
what do you mean? That's his friend group.
That's the power of the gods. It's the power of the gods.
It is.
Whatever.
But we can cut Yota.
Yeah, we'll just his friend group, it consists of, you know, like 2 of his actual friends, his little sister and her classmate, some TV star, and her like,
TV star's
lackeys.
bodyguard also. Yeah.
It's just like such a weird group of people.
Oh, and then some guy that he punched one time in a noodle shop. So like
some loan shark that he reformed somehow.
Reformed out of nowhere
by following some Dance Revolution
I think that's
steps.
great. Actually, I think that's great. Actually, all right.
But we still got rid of him anyway, so
yeah, we're still getting rid of him. Nokrin, tell us about Han Dawai from the God of.
Yo, so check this out, right? The Dao, yo, I have an offering to make. Can we add him to that top 10, please?
No, Nokrin, what are you talking about?
You know what, Nokrin, I second that.
You know what are you saying right now?
And plays one of the.
This is unprecedented. We cannot do this.
It literally doesn't even make sense. It's impossible.
Wait. No, the more I think about it, the more I think he deserves to be on there.
This is
Endgame. What are you saying right now?
Changing the past doesn't
talk
change
about
the
why
future.
you like him, and then we will cut him. We've already established the rules.
No, because my whole thing with him, right? So last time when we talked about this kid, we did not put enough emphasis onto why he's best boy.
Talk about him. Talk about him. Here's your chance.
Slow your roll. Relax, my guy. So
slow your roll.
Like, my whole thing is that the reason why he's best boy, in my opinion, is because the fact he's willing to go through all this effort and all this pain and like just to save his friend who's dying of cancer. He's the only one out of the 3 people who legitimately has a really valid excuse to win the tournament, right? So when he comes in and he's putting all his effort in and his friends die in the midway, and like the head coach is like low-key kind of manipulating him to make the tournament more exciting, and he's putting his all, and when like he like fights against Mori, like that fight was amazing, and just like the pure emotions, like it was a really good moment. And I feel like him as a person, he's a very grounded person. And I kind of like that, and I feel like just that alone should put him amongst like top 10.
But it's not top 10; it's top 3 to be clear. Where there's 1 winners and 2 runners up.
Okay.
Also, that was a great point. You know what? That's actually a great point. Nokrin.
No, I can say that top 3.
Cut him.
You think Dawai is? First of all, okay.
We can't change it.
We know what top 3 is gonna be. So we
we
cannot
change
change it for one. Second off, we know that he's not He's not even your top 3.
No.
Like looking at that list, he's not even your top 3.
He
Okay.
switches up so.
Listen.
Now getting into someone who might have been your top 3, but we cut anyways. Let's talk about Kun real quick from the Tower of God.
Okay. No, but I feel like I said before, Kun is a pretty good best boy. Like I said, like before, the whole thing with him and like
you don't have to keep saying like I said before. No one's heard. No one heard.
I just want people to know that there was a fuck up. I want people to know.
I said it already.
I think it's pretty evident at this point. I don't think you gotta
I messed up. All right.
Cut that out, Stefan.
Cut that.
No, keep it.
I'm not editing anything further. Kun.
Good.
What's so great about Kun?
The whole thing with Kun is that like him, like the reason why he's trying to help Bam is because like him just struggling and realizing that he made the same mistake before and he doesn't want Bam to make the same mistake. And this whole thing with like his princess and like he's out here making all the plans. Like I think out of all like the main cast, I feel like he is the one with the most like engaging character out of like Indoor C, Bam, and Rack and all that. And the fact that he's out here doing all the plans, he's trying his best to make Bam climb up the tower. Like he's doing everything just to make sure that he doesn't want somebody else to feel the same pain that he did. And just like all of that alone and his like sassiness and his little quirkiness when he comes up with the plan, he's kind of like the genius of the show. Like he's like the light Yagami, not really light Yagami. He's like the intellectual one. Like, you know what I mean? I like that aspect.
Back on that real fast.
Nah, because the light Yagami is like
he's a strategist.
Yeah, I mean, light Yagami is kind of crazy, and I don't think Kun is like that crazy.
Yeah. And I think my argument for that was that I agree that Kun is probably my favorite Tower God character. Rek's pretty awesome also. But I don't particularly like any of those characters that much. I know a lot of people do. To be fair, I have seen the Mal post that you put up that shows how much people like Tower God characters. But it also they never really justified for me. They never really justified him being so attached to Bomb. He kind of is like, oh, I see myself in Bomb, but it's like. He's willing to like risk everything just because he sees himself in this other guy. It just never really came together for me personally watching the show.
Yeah.
So. Anyways, we cut him, so he's gonna go here regardless. But I think that's enough about him. So 2 more characters we need to cut here, and then I'll read off the list.
What's to stop us, Nokrin?
That's a good question. That's a great question.
I am here to stop you. The answer to that question is I am here to stop you.
Destiny.
Oh my god! I can see the ending.
Tim, tell us about Anos Vodi Gold.
He's that dude. What else can I say? He's that dude. Like from the very moment you see this guy show up on like screen, he's just pulling off stuff that just blows everybody's minds, which obviously that's what you're gonna get when you have like this ridiculously overpowered main character. But he's got the flair and like the style to it though. It's like he's not one of those cardboard cutout ones. He's like has like a personality. He's got like this not ego, like he's got the confidence level where he's just like I can beat you by I can kill you by snapping. So it's that easy, but I'm gonna make you suffer. So I'm gonna bring you back to life and then snap you to death again and do that over and over again. So he's like anytime, and his thing in every single fight that he's in. First of all, once again, like I said, he just has the level of confidence where he's like, you can't even touch me. And then like specifically the thing that sticks out in my head is like the time where he's like trying to save the two girls, the sisters, and he's just like he literally gets killed and he's like, yo, you think death is gonna be able to beat me, bro? Come on, you like not even death can beat me. I'm like, yeah, that he's the real deal. He's that dude. So that's why I like him. But
it's always satisfying seeing him fuck up people who deserve it.
Yes, it really is.
Please get rid of him, please.
Well, I mean, he was gonna go anyway.
Regardless.
A lot of people like him. All right, a lot of people like him.
I'm not alone here. The fact that he was on that list at the top 10 in the Mal.
Hey,
we're making our own list here. We don't care about that list. And the last character we cut before I read this list off again is I think we're gonna cut Yuzaki Nasa. Unfortunately, what a great boy! What a great boy!
Man,
I think
gonna reach the stars faster than NASA.
I think the stars faster than NASA. He's already reached the stars.
I think the whole argument with him was saying that he probably fits better in most ship than he does in best.
Yeah, and I feel like it's kind of a combo. Him and Tsukasa? I don't know how you pronounce her name. Yeah, so
I mean,
you'll hear more about NASA later.
He has his solo moments occasionally, but yeah, it's definitely better with the two of them.
The dynamic between the two of them.
Which may go against Skasa when she definitely is going to come up in Best Girl, so that might go against her too. So.
Yep.
All right, Tim, read out this top 10 list, and then we're going to cut over to the future, or the present.
It's the future, but it's the past. All right,
the days of future present.
Wimey stuff. Salvage footage.
Hold on. I'm gonna read the names. So we still got 2 Ahiro no Sora characters. We got Kenji Natsume and Momoharu Hanazono. Then from Decadence we got Kaburagi. From Fire Force, the last remaining character from Fire Force.
I think we actually need to talk about Kaburagi because I don't think we do it in that later piece. Omar, what's so great about Kaburagi?
All right, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure we do.
But go ahead and say it anyway.
I don't think we talk about him. I think we talk about him before this, actually. I don't know. You know what? Just in case.
Yeah,
Kaburagi.
Go
I think you did this before, Stefan.
Kaburagi is great. So the thing about Kaburagi is he kind of starts off as like, wow, I gotta like explain the whole game world, I guess. So like in this world, there's like a small batch of humans in like a post-apocalyptic world, and basically these androids have kind of taken over. And they've kind of turned the world into like their like video game. So like the humans, they're kind of treating them like NPCs, like that they need to protect. And they've also created like these monsters called Gadal that they send to like kind of kill the humans, but they protect them inside of the Decadence. And they fly around with big stabby things that they use to stab the monsters and have their blood spurt out. Basically, basic plot. So Kaburagi was the number 1 ranker or whatever, so he was like the top player at one point, but then he kind of starts feeling this. I don't remember what really happened. I think he kind of started feeling this empathy towards humans, maybe a little bit, and he basically got demoted. So he's like working in the. Yeah, so he's like working in the human world as just like, I think he's like cleaning the side of the building or whatever. And he's about to end his life, basically. He's decided he's just going to let his energy go away and he's going to end his life. But then he meets the main girl, which his name, is it Emma? We went over this.
It's definitely Natsume.
Yeah.
I like how I remembered it.
I do. What?
And basically Natsume, he kind of meets her and she's like full of like hope and promise for the future. So he decides to, keep on living vicariously through her and make sure that she stays okay in this, messed up world that she's living in. And, in the end, basically, he kind of like gives his life for her and for the human race. And then there's this moment where they kind of like gather his memories and bring him back in one of his avatars. And my bad. And and yeah, it's just like a really heartwarming moment. So that's why he belongs. But go ahead, Tim. You can finish reading the rest of the list.
Okay, continuing. I'm just gonna start over. Let's start from the beginning again. Once again, the Hero no Sora characters: Kenji Natsume, Momoharu Hanazono. And the Decadence characters, Kaburaki. So continuing from there, from Fire Force Season 2, we have Arthur, the last remaining member of the Fire Force, like 7 or whatever that we had on this list. Then Haikyuu, we have Ryunosuke Tanaka. Then from Jujutsu Kaisen, we got Gojo. From Kaguya-sama, Love is War Season 2, we have Izigami Yu. Then from ReZero, we got both the boys, the Natsuki boys, Kenichi and Subaru. So that's what the list looks like right now.
Yep. And now we're going to cut it to the future.
Oh!
Now we're going to get rid of a Hino Sora and an ReZero, I think.
Okay. If you want to get into Hero no Sora, we can get into it. I have a rant. I'm just going to let you know now. I have a whole rant that I got to go into.
Go ahead.
Are you sure you don't want to get through some of these other ones before
these are the only 2 shows that have two characters, so I think it's better.
Let's do ReZero first then.
I think Subaru needs to stay.
Dad stays.
No. No,
I
okay.
like the dad boy.
No, Subaru. Okay, first of all, his dad is like an amazing person, right? But it's the catalyst of his dad that made Subaru a better character as the show progressed. No, it did. No, it did. It did. No, yeah, no. It was the fact. No, but no, it did because the whole point of like it did because like the beginning. Okay, listen. Okay, so before when season 1 just started, the whole thing with Subaru is that he was way too over the top. He was trying to be someone he isn't, and that was like it was pretty obvious. Like this man was when he first comes in, he starts yelling across the street for no reason. He's like over the top. He's crazy. He's like stubborn, right? But then like when the whole point of the trial was to see like your most vulnerable part, right? And that was him trying to face the regrets and the decisions that he's made back in the other world. So him talking to his dad and be able to get that closure and said, you know what, I'm not going to be like you anymore. I'm going to do things like me and I'm going to try and be better. Like, that's why I feel like, and that was the whole point of that. That's what the whole point of that whole thing was to him. Like, that was the point of the trial.
So I almost question if the moment with the dad is more appropriate for best moment than making him best boy here. I feel like there's a case to be made.
Legitimately,
because the dad isn't like pervasive, you know, in the same way that all these other characters.
And also
are
Subaru, the amount of things that Subaru went through and suffered, and like the trials he had to go.
But to be fair, I think that both of them should go. to be fair,
I don't.
We can start off with the dad. I think. I agree.
I will stick with no. I will stick with Subaru because Subaru's on my top
where Subaru's
3.
dad goes, Subaru goes.
No, he had goofy moments, and you saw how amazing his dad was, right? But legitimately,
great.
The whole point of his dad is to add to Subaru's character and him as a person. But I think it does. I think it does, and also I don't
think Subaru is best boy though.
Nah, but like.
He has a very deliberate mission in mind. He's trying to be best boy. Like that's his goal is to become best boy. He's trying to save all. The
thing with Subaru is that he's so lame, and he puts up this front of being this like amazing, crazy, cool. I'm the best type of guy, but in the end, he's such a lame, lame person, and it's that pitiable aspect of him that makes me so like, you know what, this might be best boy, because every single time he tries to do things, it doesn't go his way. He's suffering, he's vulnerable. You see all shades of this character. It's not like
Knocker, it sounds like you want to get rid of both of them as well then.
No. My point is that like
you want to keep Subaru after saying what you just said?
Like, the point is that it's the flaws and the weakness and the vulnerability of Subaru that makes him best boy, because it's not the front, it's not the outgoingness of him, it's not any of that. It's the fact that this kid is vulnerable. He is flawed in many, many ways, and it's the pitiable part of him and him trying to never give up and trying to pursue Emilia despite all these negative flaws that's happening to him that makes him best boy. To me, that's what makes him best boy, which is way more than I can say for his dad, because his dad is really cool.
He does persevere.
Yes, and his dad was only there for one episode, and he's amazing. Don't get me wrong, he's a really cool ass character. But that alone brought Subaru to face his issues, and that scene of him just talking to his parents at the end of the episode and doing that whole ordeal like got me so fucked up. And
I feel like we can get rid of the dad here and leave him for best boy.
Yeah,
I think that's.
I feel like Subaru should go too.
Yeah, that's what I think. I don't know.
Subaru doesn't.
I also agree that Subaru should go, but it sounds. Oh, okay. So it sounds like Nocrin's the only one who wants to keep Subaru.
I just really feel like
definitely
Subaru is the best boy, and y'all
Subaru
just don't realize it.
He's definitely up there for me, but he's definitely not winning it.
I'll leave him for now.
Okay.
We can. Let's talk about Tanaka.
Yes, thank you. Tanaka is like what I feel about Tanaka is what I feel about the show.
Let's let Omar talk about it.
No. Nocrin can go first, and then I'll.
Okay, you'll use counterpoints.
Okay, I feel like Tanaka is the same way in the show as I feel in this tier list. He's there. He has a cool moment. But after that, he kind of just like fades in the background. In this, I feel like the same thing about this list. He's there. He had his moment to shine as best boy, but I feel like it's time to let him go. I feel like he needs to fade in the background because this man had a really cool scene with him like trying to persevere and stuff. But apart from that, like him like, you know what I mean? Like he had a really cool scene. But that's it. Whatever. I don't know. That's my opinion.
All I'm gonna say is this man has not seen the show. let me just start off with saying that because he does
Have you
not
not
just
seen the
have the
show?
one. He does not just have the one moment. He
I mean,
actually
that's
builds
not-
on that later on as well. It's definitely
like-
probably definitely
To be fair, it is like one big, moment with like
Yeah.
the flashbacks and the character building, and
That's
the
what
symbolism.
the one.
me.
That's the
And
one,
then-
one
and then-
moment.
and
but then
let me finish. Let me finish, please. And then he does something later. I mean, he just kind of spikes the ball, and it's kind of hype because of the moment that came before it. But it's not like it is one big character building moment. It's not like it's a lot of these other characters. They're through the entire series having character building. I feel like Tanaka is just kind of a moment and maybe a half.
no, because actually
So
no. Okay. To start off with this, it's obviously like volleyball, so it's not like you're really necessarily going to see too much other than aside when they're not playing the game. But they actually really build on that as far as the first moment. They're like building on that before, even last season when he's trying to work on that particular shot. Then when the actual match starts after the whole little training arc they have previous to that, he's getting annoyed. They're building pressure on him. He is not scoring, and then he just like he even gives a cool how would you say it?
Introspective,
Yeah,
maybe.
like his point of view as far as like what he's thinking, just all this pressure building up, and he's actually somewhat getting depressed. But then he like kind of snaps,
Which
back
is
into it.
very not his character.
Exactly,
by the way. That's not him.
that moment, the episode in particular, is just like perfect in that sense. And then even at the end, they still like, I forget, Tsukishima kind of like, do you ever get depressed? And he's like, I did, for like a couple seconds, but then then he realized like that's not him and everything like that. But they did show him like a very vulnerable, and then he builds on that in a later episode too, where they needed this particular point to score, and he just. It was also a building moment on Kageyama, but then like, I guess the episode was more focused on Kageyama if anything, but that was also something for Tanaka. So I personally think that through this whole last arc, that man has just been showing out. It's not just the one scene.
I don't think I can say it through the first. Okay, so this is all of Haikyuu to the top. He literally was basically not in. No, it's the whole year. So it was the entire year was Haikyuu to the top. He wasn't in the first 12 episodes to the top. Essentially, he might have been like shown in the back, but he wasn't. Part
I think
of
you're
it.
talking out your ass there, but okay.
That's true. Was he? It was all a training arc with Tobio and Shoto.
They would show
Shoto,
back with
whatever.
the actual main squad, but
I mean, they
Yeah,
did, but it was like
but
very
not-
small.
not
It was
anything
mostly
important.
about It was mostly just like what's his name, Hinata and Mr. Setter. I forgot his
Tobio.
name.
oh
Yeah.
man, no, this man is not.
I watched the show. What do you mean?
Yeah,
I'm
Maybe
man.
Nocrin's not the one you need to argue.
Yeah,
you need to argue
okay.
with me because I'm also trying to cut him, and I've seen the show. But I just he just doesn't have.
Honestly,
he didn't have the impact on the series as a whole as some of these other characters.
No,
do.
I agree. I don't think he's gonna make top 3, but I feel like he's still better than some of the characters we still currently have.
All
on
right,
the
so who would you nominate?
Well, Subaru,
Subaru needs
was
to
kind of
go.
already talked about. I
He needs
assume
to go.
he's basically on top shopping block, and
Subaru
we're only
is the only
keeping
one
him
keeping
currently because of Nocrin, and
Okay, but his
Okay, so what if we got rid of Haikyuu, Tanaka, and Subaru, since those both only have one person really fighting for?
I'm
and
fine
then
with
I'd
that.
also get rid of. I think we're gonna end
Trying
up
to
getting
take more
rid of
down with you?
Momoharu.
Oh yeah, we did need to talk
I think
about
he's already
that.
gonna end up leaving.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll have a discussion about. We'll have an in-depth discussion about
Also,
him coming up.
I think I'd have to say Gojo for the sense of
What? Okay,
not
I will
too
not.
much.
Can we get rid of these two for now and then get into Gojo?
Getting
No,
rid of
get
both
rid of
at the
Subaru
same
first.
time.
We're getting rid of both. We're getting rid of
We can get rid
Subaru
of-
and Tanaka. Yeah, we're getting rid of both.
Technically ReZero first, but okay. that works
Whatever.
out.
Whatever. I'll take that L. I'll take that L.
All right, let's talk about Gojo.
Okay, Gojo is literally the embodiment of best boy in every single way.
Oh,
I just don't understand. Okay, but actually though, first of all, just the ending song of him just dancing is already best boy material. No, listen. No, these are the outside layers. Okay, I'm gonna go back in slowly. Okay, so you got him dancing, right? Also, this amount of swagger, the moments he had, like. Okay, so I don't know much about the manga from the anime, but to me, it seems like Gojo is projecting a lot of love into these characters, and he does not like losing people. And I feel like the squad that he has means a lot to him. Okay, so I just feel like the way that he cares a lot about his crew members, like the amount of like goofiness that he has, along with the swagger, like he doesn't have any like
like great.
Gojo is pretty great. I can't even lie.
Like the thing with him is that he doesn't have like this crazy ass backstory that I know of yet, but I know we're gonna get there eventually. But even with this season alone, just his actions,
I know.
just like
even from just these 12 episodes, I might be okay with him.
You know what I mean? Just like
hanging around.
The energy that he exudes just screams the best boy to me. I don't like more than any of these characters.
Let's go back to Arthur for a minute.
Oh yeah, that one. No.
I think it might be time for Arthur to go.
I mean, I feel more stronger to keep Arthur than a Hero no Sora, but I'm willing to let him go because I really want to talk about it.
I think one of those heroes characters is gonna stick around. I think Arthur doesn't stick around.
So I really like Arthur, but sure. I'm not too strong. I'm not as strongly as I am for other characters.
Good boy, good backstory. It was okay. It wasn't.
It was really really good. That kind of hit.
It wasn't the best on this list, but it was.
I don't know. It hit for me. It's the subtle things.
Go ahead.
All right, are y'all ready for this Hiro no Sora?
All right, go ahead. I know what she's gonna say, but go ahead, say it anyway.
All right, so let's get into one character at a time. Let's talk about my man Kenji Natsume. He's the one that I'm fighting for, to be clear. All right. So when this guy's introduced, the team's just getting started. They barely have enough people to even form a real team. Half the guys are absolute garbage. They can't even play. So basically, the way they're introduced to Kenji, they just kind of they see him playing on the school grounds, and the players kind of pull up to him. They're like, "Oh, you're really good at basketball." He holds onto the ball. He's like, "Hey," one of the guys grabs the ball. He's like, grabs his ball. He's like, "Hey, you wanna play one of us?" And then Kenji beats his ass. All right, that's his introduction. And then after that, basically the team captain eventually walks up, Momoharu, and he starts fighting Momoharu, but Momoharu is a gangster. He knows how to fight, so he kind of kicks him in the face, but he headbutts the kick, so he was okay. I don't know. And then later on, they're still trying to recruit him to the team. And Kenji, I'm calling him Natsume because that's what they call him in the show. Natsume, he beats up 5 guys in the gym again for touching his basketball. So you're like, okay, this guy's kind of looking for a fight. He's picking a fight or whatever. But later you learn that his dad gave him that basketball right before he died. So his dad he's kind of from a not as wealthy background. So the gift giving him the basketball was a big deal to him. And he didn't actually get the basketball until after his father died in like a work accident. He like fell off of a scaffold or something. And but later on, the team figures this out. They kind of like piece together that okay, this basketball is the reason doing this. That's why he's getting in these fights. And the school was trying to expel him, but the team kind of proves his innocence there and then asks him to join the team. And then he ends up joining, and he makes a promise to his sister, who's like the most important thing to him is his sister and basketball, basically. So he makes a promise to his little younger sister that she'll see him at the inter-high tournament. So after this, the dudes who he beats up in the gym, they come back with a whole gang of people, right? But he can't fight anymore because otherwise he'll get expelled and the team will get in trouble. So he's just sitting here taking the hits like a goon. He's just sitting here getting beat into the ground and he doesn't fight back. And it was like, kind of touched me a little bit. And then later on, after he eventually joins the team and they end up playing a game and they lose a game, there's this moment where one of the coaches from a different team offers him to come leave the school team he's on and come join his because his is a better team. He basically says, you can come rise to the top with our team, or you can waste 3 years playing with these bums, is basically what he says. And he basically takes some time to think it over. And he eventually calls the guy back, the coach back, and he's like, he asks if he thinks there's any chance that the team he's on currently has any future. And the guy's like, nah, not 99% chance. Nah, they don't have any future. And he responds, he says, because he's the ace of the team. I don't know if I've said that. He's the best player on the team, hands down. He says, I got a lot of responsibility on my shoulders, but he doesn't care if it's a burden because he made a promise to his sister. And he's willing to bet on that 1% chance. And that just kind of got me. Just kind of got me a little bit.
The thing
then right after that, they burned the gym down. That's a whole different thing.
Yes. No, but also the cool thing about
Natsume is great.
Okay, I know I'm supposed to be funny about Maharu, but also like the best part about this is that they've lost every single game. So like there's literally almost no reason for him to stay in this team, but he does it anyways because okay. Anyways, I'm supposed to be defending Momoharu. Anyways, okay.
But Momoharu's the captain. He's also pretty great.
Yeah. The thing with Momoharu is that like first of all, I'm just gonna talk. The thing with his backstory is that him and his brother used to be really, really good at basketball, right? The thing with him is he just can't shoot, right? And that's and he
can't make a basket, not even shoot. Yes. He cannot put the ball in the basket.
And I think at some point they didn't let him play, and they lost the game or something, and then they just like stopped. Like those two would like stop playing basketball. Nothing to do with, they hate even mentioning the name basketball, right? But it's the fact that the main character like Sora comes in and he kind of gives
persistent
them
Sora.
Yes. Yo, this man, like, did he run like butt naked in the gym or something? I remember.
He's done many things.
But like, yeah, his whole thing is that like he's trying to bring them to the team, and after a lot of struggle, a lot of pain and misery, they're finally there. And with like them playing together, it just kind of like gives the confidence that Momoharu needs to keep playing basketball and fall in love with the sport. And I'm not making it justice.
But this isn't even the best part. The best part of Momoharu is there was one game, really bad L they took. And then a couple of the other teammates were like, "Oh, we're gonna smoke in the locker room." So basically, they start pulling out a cigarette. They never actually smoke it, but the teacher pulls up and they just kind of drop everything. And that's actually what sets the locker room on fire. Was the lighter that they had.
Or so they believe.
Yeah, so they believe. I'm pretty sure. I mean it's never been confirmed otherwise. Yeah. But basically, Momoharu takes that responsibility himself. Like he takes on a lot of that guilt because like the team got cut. The team got shut down after they burnt the locker room down. And he's like working to like try and get a new advisor because they have to get a new advisor. Try to get the team reinstated. He cuts his hair to like not look like a like a hoodlum like he kind of looked like before. He personally goes to the advisor's house and like gets on his hands and knees and pleads for forgiveness, which is like he stepped up. He stepped up in that moment right there. Like it was honestly touching to see him doing all that, as the captain of the team, especially at a time where Sora, he was not around anymore because like his mom just passed. Like I don't think he knew at the time that the team, he was coming back to no basketball team because he didn't know he was at his like mom's funeral the day the stuff happened. But it was just seeing him like go through all that, like Momoharu's pretty damn great also.
Yo, you think that's the best part? I don't think that's the best part. My favorite part was when what's his name, Madoka comes in and then
not the Madoka.
This is like after the game where they lost really, really, really bad, right? Everybody's like in their feelings, and this is before like he cut his hair and everything.
This is after the gym burned to the ground, so there's no team at this point.
Yes, everybody's destroyed, right? And Madoka, okay,
Madoka is the main character's love interest.
Okay, context. Okay, Madoka is like involved with the MC's life so much at this point. Like she visits the MC's like almost deceased mom, right? Yeah. His mom gives her like a bracelet as like a memorial to give to the MC. She knows what the mother is doing consistently, right? And the MC really loves this chick like really, really hard, okay? And I'm pretty sure it's obvious.
I think it's obvious to everyone. I think she knows, right? I assume that everyone knows.
Everybody kind of knows.
Maybe
right?
she doesn't know.
I mean, come on. It's stupid. I mean, come on. Like, the signs are pretty obvious. Either way, even if she doesn't know, it's still a dick move. So everybody's like all wounded up and everybody's really emotional. And at some point, Momoharu decides to skip school to like take time to breathe. And then Madoka,
which he does pretty often. That's not abnormal for him.
He skips schools all the time. But like this one was. Yeah, to me, if for some reason, it felt like a lot more important this time, just because he hasn't really been skipping as much.
He's like taking a breather, I guess. And then Madoka also happens to be skipping school because her team also lost, so they're kind of done for the season also. At this point. And they kind of meet up at some point, right? And they're just kind of walking around together. And I don't remember what she says. What? You should have. I didn't know I was gonna fight for Momoharu here, so I didn't have the stuff ready. But she basically like confesses to him.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Nah."
Hold on, I'm finding Oh my god, no, it's like he just says, "I don't have feelings for you," because I think.
Oh yeah,
okay,
he's like, I don't have any particular feelings for you, and it's like, damn, he did that for my man Sora.
Yes, yes. Listen, Momoharu is like the most loyal person, one of the most loyal characters I've ever seen in my entire life.
He really is.
This
He's a, you know what? He's a pretty good boy. Honestly, if y'all want to have Momoharu here over Natsume, I might be okay with that now.
Like, this man suffers through pain and misery with nothing in return, and this man still is a homie. Yo, listen, Momoharu is like amazing. I want.
Who are you leaning towards, Omar? Since you've seen the show also.
Natsume.
Natsume.
Oh, God damn it.
See, I feel like Natsume is cool, and I feel like, but I don't know. Momoharu just brings so much emotion out of me. Like, you know.
Okay, we got to pick one of these guys. I don't. Do we have to pick?
That's
one
what
of
I'm
these guys?
thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, do we really?
Both of them.
Do we?
Wait a minute. There's maybe a world where we could have both of these characters on the top 3 list.
No.
You know, like I'm willing to get rid of Gojo if 2 Hero no Story characters get in.
Honestly.
I mean, I don't want.
What if we cut Gojo?
Yes.
I'm okay with that.
What? Wait, what?
It sounds like everyone's okay with cutting Gojo.
I feel like until.
No.
You said you don't want to.
See, no,
you said.
yeah, that's what you said. See, my whole point is, I feel like if Gojo gets a backstory and we know more about him, then like, I feel like
Gojo will get his shine next year, right?
No, that's not even I mentioned Gojo in the first place.
I don't want
just
to.
we don't have.
This is the year of a hero.
Pick one. Pick one. Pick one.
I mean, there'll still be
Pick
4
one.
after we cut Gojo.
Well, you gotta. Pick
I don't want to.
No, I don't want to pick one either. I don't want to.
I'm okay with getting Gojo out before.
I think everyone's okay with getting rid of Gojo here,
Yeah.
Tim. I think you might be outvoted for once.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I don't have a
Do you have any top
Gojo.
3, Tim? Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. Get rid of Gojo. Get rid of Gojo. We move.
All right, now get.
All right,
Momoharu
let me read this. Let me read this. We have 4 characters. We have from A Hero no Sora, Kenji Natsume, and Momoharu Hanazono. And from Decadence, we have Kaburagi, and from Kaguya, we have Ishigami. One of us should probably talk about Ishigami now. We haven't talked about Ishigami.
Tim,
I mean,
let it rip.
Let it rip.
You know, Ishigami gets a lot more development in the second season than he really had in the first one, I would say. He has a whole arc with the cheer squad that he goes through where he like
Cheer club.
He finally gets his moment in the spotlight, really. Yeah.
They kind of go over a lot of his backstory with him in the back in middle school. There was this guy and this girl that he kind of liked, but she was going out with someone else, but he found out that the guy was cheating, so he beat up the dude who was cheating, and then but the guy lied and said that he was just jealous, and everyone kind of hated him. That he ended up becoming a NEET basically and having to stay home on suspension. And he was supposed to write this apology letter, but he couldn't get himself to write it because, you know, he didn't actually want to apologize. He basically
he just gets
right.
all the slander and
then
just carries over into high school, basically. And
yeah.
No,
and then
it's fine.
Go
fine.
ahead.
You can explain it.
Okay, and I was just gonna say that eventually he starts kind of building back some of his trust for people because he's like really isolated and self-deprecating most of the time. But joining the cheer club, he kind of starts to meet new people and he kind of starts building this relationship with them. Then the girl just kind of pops back up randomly and he kind of falls back into his old habits. And then he ends up doing he has to take over the race for the cheer club basically, and he loses and he thinks that everyone's gonna be real down on him. But the whole cheer club kind of like gets together and like brings him back up, and then he kind of looks up, and then he looks at everybody in the face for the first time, and the faces kind of fill out, and you're like, oh, this is how he was seeing the world, and it's really well done.
Stefan, I do want to say that when he was in the race and it looked like he was about to give up, but then Miyuki was the reason, he realized
because I mean he does have
a little flashback after that.
Oh yeah,
I think that's when it shows that how he believed in him, and he cheers him up and tells him to keep going, and even though he didn't win, like they were just
he has
so
a pretty good
happy
dynamic
that,
with the president Miyuki as well. Like that's like one of his first
really
decent relationships before he gets there. Yeah.
Yeah, because Miyuki was the one
Yeah.
who came to him, right, and got him to leave the house,
And he
right? He came and
specifically
basically
like
said, "Hey, come join
asked
the
for him
student
to
council.
be
We
on the
need you
student
here."
council.
He's even his parents didn't like understand him, but like Miyuki came and was like, "I get your situation right off the bat." That was another
yeah.
pretty good moment. But I almost feel like that's more of a best moment thing, also.
No,
I almost feel like that's where
it was like it wasn't
because
just one episode.
we have those moments down in best
Ishigami
moment.
has more. Yeah, he's got more
don't know.
going on.
There's still
though.
more than just one episode.
And honestly,
It was like a little arc.
I'm more and more
No,
liking
no,
the
no, no,
idea
no,
of
no,
having
no,
two
no,
of
no,
heroes.
no.
I don't.
Yup.
I
Me
don't.
too.
I don't. I
Me
do
too.
not. No, one of them is gonna.
Really?
Go. Yeah, I
You don't
totally.
you don't like them
Momoharu
both?
can get out of here. No, Momoharu can
You-
get out of here.
we have to get rid of
damn
one.
Mario
great,
is really
though.
We
yo,
have to
listen,
get one of
if I-
them. Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. We have to.
We really don't, though.
We really
don't.
don't. Yes.
No,
Honestly,
no,
I could even drop Kaburagi
we
over these two
have to
guys.
get
Like, if
rid
I'm
of
really being
a
honest
hero
with
no
you
listen,
sitting here,
Listen,
these two guys are
Momoharu
probably...
and Kenji are my not Natsume are my
We
boys.
can't- we
Like I will
can't-
ride and die
yeah,
for both of these two people.
They are my best
characters at the top. No, we can't. No,
We can. We did
I
it last
refuse.
year.
I
We can do it
refuse.
again.
Yeah.
No, I personally
We
don't
had
want
we
to.
had
I-
Mob
I
we
do
had
not.
Mob
Yeah, but
and
that's a
Reagan
good
as
show,
best boy
though.
last
Oh,
year.
that's
We
a
can
good
easily
show.
get
That's-
two
We
that
have it
makes
from a
sense, to be
like a
honest.
mediocre
Okay,
show.
no, this actually makes
These
No, this is
characters
okay.
are pretty
No,
good.
this
It
show
is
is
like
not.
a
The only
It is
argument I
mediocre.
will
Yeah,
say
how
is
about
we
that?
also have a best cast category. So maybe
I feel like you could have a better argument
But
there.
I don't think a hero's gonna get best cast. If I'm being honest, I feel like it's kind of these two guys, maybe a couple other people who are like.
You got Elvis. I forgot his name. Elvis, dude. I don't know. Either way,
I don't know.
I just want like the guy that could just learn how to do a layup correctly. Like he's the one.
I think yeah, I know who you're
Hell
talking about. I think we
no.
should.
Nah,
I think we should
we
keep both
can't
of these
have.
a
We
hero.
cannot.
So
keep both of
do
them.
I.
No.
I'm
We
very
cannot keep
adamant.
both of
Like,
them.
No,
we have to
I've
get
watched
rid
the
of
show and no.
We all
and
well, we all
I
except
have
for
a
Tim
guy
have
that
seen the
has
show.
watched the show on my side to get rid of one of these guys.
I think as hard as that is to say,
we have to get rid of
No,
one of these.
no, get Momoharu
do
out of
I.
here.
So
maybe
do I.
Kaburagi. I feel like Kaburagi is pretty
You
damn great
have-
though.
You
Bro,
have
the
to get rid
amount
of a hero.
bias
Sora.
for
It's
you
all- it's
have
all
to pick
opinions.
one. I
It's
I
not-
enjoyed the show, but it
Yo,
is
people
not.
aren't gonna like
all
this.
opinions.
list.
Nah, actually,
And whose fault is that?
See a hero
Whose fault
Sora.
is that?
But I
They're
don't
gonna see this
care. I
no-
like the list. I like the list.
I like the list.
We
Also,
have to get rid of
I
one
should
of
really,
them.
really like this list.
Pick which one you like better, and then get rid of the other
We
one.
can't.
I don't want to get rid of them. They're
Oh.
my number one and number two
yeah,
right now. I don't
yes.
want to get rid of either of them. I would be willing to get rid of my number 3
Yeah.
or 4 before those two. Go.
We have to get rid of one of them.
Yeah, those two are also my
I
number one and
won't-
number
Guys,
two.
we're in a stalemate. We gotta.
don't-
Someone has
I
to concede
don't
here.
stand to
I
have
feel-
two of them.
Me
you guys
and
obviously
Knocker feel
should.
very strong.
I also feel very strongly
Yes.
that they should both be on
On
there.
some
I don't
BS.
care about decadence. Well, I do, but like,
Well,
not
also
really.
you haven't
know
seen
what
the
I
show,
mean?
Tim. Maybe if you saw
It
the show,
wouldn't.
change your
It
mind.
would make me like. I
No, I've
guarantee
seen
you, if I'd watched
I've
the
seen like
show,
half of it.
I
Like,
wouldn't even. I
but
wouldn't
you don't
even
like
want them to be
basketball,
this
so-
far, much less top
Yeah.
4. Yeah,
You don't like basketball
yeah, exactly.
anime, so that's a whole different issue entirely. I didn't know that we didn't mention a single basketball moment. Like they have plenty of good moments on the court that we didn't even mention.
Okay, no,
Yes.
no
Yeah.
basketball moments
Yeah, it
would
would
help
help.
them in
I
this
mean, it would help a
argument.
little
I'm gonna
bit.
tell you that right now. No, Momoharu would
Momoharu
get
has some
out of
good
here
ass
for those
moments.
basketball
Natsume
moments.
has several.
Okay.
Natsume has several.
He's trash.
He's not trash.
He is trash. They don't
He's
win a
trash.
game.
He's
How about we
like-
have
He
that?
is a
They
ton
have
of
rebounds.
games.
He said he.
I
he said
watched
they
that
got a
series
ton
for
of
them not to win a
rebounds.
single
Hey, listen.
game. Oh man.
I just hate so coming out of you because but I just feel like they didn't win a single game and don't
That
get
has
me wrong,
nothing
I
to do
moan
with
and
this
bitch about that
category, though.
a lot. But yeah, it has nothing to do with best boy and best girl. In fact, it actually helps them because it's the
Yeah,
fact that they
honestly,
lose that they're
the
in this
character
predicament,
building,
which
them
can
taking
allow
L
these
after
moments to
L
happen.
is a large reason why
My
these
dude
characters
Ishigami's
are
taken
going
L's his
through
whole
something.
life too. All right. All he did was
Yeah,
take
all they did
L's,
was
and he
take
finally
L's.
got a
Like
W.
Natsume promises his sister, and what
Nah,
does he do?
but,
They
like,
lose in the
for them.
pre-qualifiers.
It's honestly, it's building.
Yes.
Not
Yes,
from
it
what
really
we've seen,
has.
not
These
from what
characters
we've seen.
have like
They
developed so
don't
much.
win.
You know,
They
not
don't
like
win.
on the court,
They do
but
not
like
win.
personally,
They do
these
not
characters
win.
have grown so
I think isn't
much
that what's supposed to
throughout
be?
the
Yeah,
episode.
in a
Like, it was
basketball anime?
You think it was basketball.
Yes, I agree with you, Steph. I
And
agree
to
with
be
Steph.
honest, the only reason Momoharu gets redemption at the end is because they were shown
Yeah,
pity.
but he got on his hands and knees. He pleaded. He begged. He put
I
in
would
the
hope
work.
so. I would hope so.
He did
I would
everything in
hope
his
so.
ability
No.
to get.
Yes.
There
Yes,
was not
even
much
though
he
there
could
wasn't
do.
much he could do,
There's
he
something
still put in. He
Oh,
still
dude,
did
he still
everything he
did
could
it.
do.
Oh my! You put your head on the floor. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I hear some hatred over here.
He went.
I've
he
seen
went
the
to
whole
the
series, and
he
I
went
just
to the
you guys are
guy's
really
house.
overhyping
The
it.
guy has a pregnant wife, and he's basically like, "This team is taking too much time away from me. I need to stay
He's a
here with my
deadbeat.
pregnant
He's
wife
a
more often."
deadbeat at this-
And Momoharu's like, "I understand that I have no right to ask this, but I'ma ask anyways. I need you to come back." And I was like, "Even
Yeah, that's
this,
selfish.
yes,
That's
it is.
selfish. That's
He
selfish.
admits. He
That is
admits. He's like,
selfish.
I
It's
know this is a selfish
Nah.
request. I know I have no right to ask this, but he still asks regardless."
So we acknowledge
Yes.
it's selfish, but we add
Yes,
this
it
to
is because it
pros.
just
Yes.
shows that he's
Yes.
willing to go beyond the logic,
something
like,
so
even
pitiable.
beyond what he knows is
Yes.
reasonable.
It's like he knows he has no business doing this action in the first place, but he's willing to sacrifice everything for the sake of his team that he felt he let down. That's so good. Like, come on. Like, y'all, come on.
Momoharu's
I know-
great.
I know
Momoharu's
y'all just
great.
don't like
Natsume's
it.
I'm
great. I think
dumbfounded.
I'm
so
great.
sorry.
I think both
so
of them stay.
dumbfounded.
I think
I'm
both
so
of them stay. I don't even have
dumbfounded.
anything
Can I
to
just
say.
like? You're just gonna see my name. disappear from the
I've
book.
just been sitting here quietly for most of this.
They were going on a rant, and now
Because
they want to
they're
have
so
both
great.
of them.
They're so
I thought they were gonna
great.
decide.
Yes, yo, they're really good. Like, the more I thought about this, I was kind of upset that the Subaru was not in this list. But now that he's gone, and I look at the options that's left, I
think
feel
we cut
very
Kaburagi,
strongly
and I
about
think
both
we
of
call
these
it a wrap.
notes.
I think we cut Kaburagi and we call it a wrap.
No,
I-
no.
Also,
We
I
don't
gotta
got
go
a lot
soon,
of
by the way,
time
so we
here.
gotta-
How
we
much
should
longer are we
so-
gonna sit here and
Time.
talk?
We got 3 minutes. We got 3
Give us
minutes,
5
right?
minutes, and your
Just-
partner
just
in crime
Let
can get out of
rid
here,
one
and then
of
we
the
can
Hero
finalize
Sora
this list.
characters, and it'll be fine. Y'all been talking
It's
a lot
not
about.
happening.
Y'all been talking a lot
I'm
about this
not letting both of them in.
Momoharu
I'm
thing.
not letting
Just
both
get
of
rid of the
them.
other one.
I'm not
then.
letting both of them in. I'm not letting both of
They're
them
both so.
in. Focus. No,
Oh.
no, they're not.
Hold up. I got an idea. Why don't we do something like...
No, that's a cop out. That's a cop
That's
out.
not
That's a
legal.
cop
Is that
out.
even allowed?
That is not
even
legal.
allowed?
That is not
Is that even
How about y'all
allowed?
just
How about
pick
y'all
one?
choose?
Pick one. Pick
We
one.
can't. We're big.
Pick
You've
one.
been asking the same thing.
I don't want
We
to.
can't.
Pick-
We can't.
You know what?
I don't want to pick.
I was
I really don't.
I almost just want to bring somebody back that we got rid of and get rid of both of these guys. If y'all can't pick between, if
We
y'all
should have taken one out when we had the chance. We should have.
I know.
No, Stefan did this on purpose to save
I
it here
did not.
towards the
Y'all
end.
did.
So
I didn't expect.
my.
I didn't
Yes, you
expect
did.
them.
Yes, you
I
did.
didn't
Yes, you
expect
did.
Momoharu to
no,
be this
'cause
far.
when
But
we-
honestly, the more I've thought about it, the more I think Momoharu is probably the winner of this category.
No, because when we
Yes.
started, we were trying to get all the animes
And
with
then-
multiple
and then we kept-
candidates
but yeah,
out
but
of
this
here.
show
And then
had
we
good.
narrowed
Yes,
it
I
down,
was an
so.
advocate for that. Yes.
No,
Yes.
no, you guys are hyping
No,
up
man, no, man. The
mediocrity.
characters in
You're
this show
living
are
in the
good.
world of
The
the
characters in this show are good. You can say
They're
what you like
really,
about
really
the actual
good.
content of the anime. The characters in that show are exceptional.
how can you have really, really good shows?
They
that
are
mediocre
really, really
anime?
good. Yeah.
Because it's a sports anime that doesn't do the sport
No.
well, but the characters are really
Yeah.
well done.
They don't
No,
win.
Yeah,
How about that? They
that
don't
is-
win.
Yes,
They-
that is why the
okay,
show.
nothing
I
to
would
do
not
with-
recommend that show, but these characters, or I might recommend it depending on who you are. But these characters are
No, I can
really
recommend it.
good. Like I think,
Good. Like they're really like the highlight of this show is how well the
yes,
character
it really is.
are
That's,
written,
and
whether
I
you like
watched the
the show
whole
or not.
52 thing just because of how good characters such as these were. You think I would watch any sport anime? They're taking L's like this? No, I don't have that kind of endurance. These characters were carrying the show.
Yes, you do. You and
That
Nocturne
is
are
true.
notorious for watching anything.
Yo, listen, listen. That's nothing to do with Best Boy
me and Omar are
Best
the only two who
Girl.
have seen Decadence. I think that Decadence can go.
No, Kubaragi is way better than both of those guys.
Kabaragi's amazing. I'm not gonna trash talk Kabaragi too much, but these guys are really, really good, man. I don't want to let them go.
It's not time for you to leave yet.
Y'all keep delaying this.
Y'all are delaying this by not getting rid of one of these guys.
Even if I leave.
Okay, how about this? I will cut Natsume if Momoharu can win. Like just only because of the time constraint.
Win? There's no guarantee win here.
And I want to decide that Momoharu wins right here, and I want to be done with this podcast. I want to cut Natsume.
I'm okay with
Momoharu win, and then I'll be satisfied.
No.
Okay, we're gonna be sitting here all day then.
No. Okay.
Who do you think wins?
Okay, listen.
Not Nocrin.
I gotta go. I gotta go. But like my ranking, no matter what y'all
we're
say,
cutting Natsume and Nocrin. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen.
Okay, sure. I will pick Momoharu's number one.
I want to finish
always
this
consistently. Will always be number
just
one.
Leave in the middle of it.
Okay. Okay.
Can we
number
make
one will be
one
Momoharu
and just why, dude?
No.
Come on.
At this point, I give up.
How am I cheating? Am I forcing Nocrin to not be available anymore?
I give up.
Am I forcing this? You guys.
I didn't say I was okay with it.
Okay, so Tim's okay with Momoharu being number one.
I'm making an executive decision. We're making Momoharu number one, and I'm ending this podcast right now before Nocrin leaves. I'm sorry. As controversial as it is, we're on time constraints. I'm sorry about this. But we have to end this. You did your best so far.
Kubaragi should be number one. Shigami should be number
anyways.
2, and whatever.
That's your failure.
Thank you for watching.
Hero no Sora should have never made it to top 3.
Thank you for watching the best boy category. This took much longer than. It's too late.
Honestly.
I want this to be
Get
the
to
most
this point in the
viewed
video.
podcast we have
See
right
me
now. This is
saying
what I
don't
want.
watch it and then don't watch it.
Dislike.
I'm sorry. Please like and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.